Hello.
Hi there.
Happy Monday or whatever day it is that you're listening to.
We were recording on a Monday.
The goal was to have this up every Monday, but they don't always upload on Monday, so whatever.
That's all right. Episode 1 was winging it.
Right.
I think we set the precedent of how we are working this podcast.
Right.
We are winging it.
We're winging it. So I listened to another podcast, and several episodes in, they realized by listener suggestion that they don't know who these people are. So I didn't want to make that mistake. So I want to say who we are. So who the heck are you?
Hi, I am Barbara. I am in my 9-to-5 job, leasing supervisor extraordinaire for our company. And in my off hours, only in my off hours, in case my bosses are listening, I am the comic half of the Bright Side of Crazy duo. And at home, I am mother of 2 adult children, grandmother for 2 grand princesses. So my life is full of silliness and toys. So I am now reliving my childhood through them and playing with toys all day. And maybe we'll get stories someday.
Yes.
And who, pray tell, are you, ma'am?
Oh, I am Rose Life, and I had to come to terms with my name. I hated it growing up. I got called Daisy Dead. And so when I got divorced, I kept that last name. And then later on, I became a life coach. And I'm like, wow, that was a gift from the heavens before I was even born, if I would have only paid attention.
Right. And then you wouldn't have had to jump through hoops to get the name back.
I know. It was so crazy. I had to pay to get my name back and go to court.
Now, what drives me crazy about names is my maiden name is long. It's 9 letters, and the first several are consonants. No one could ever pronounce it correctly unless you were part of my family. And even if you knew me and heard it all the time, like in school, you still couldn't pronounce it. So I was quite thrilled to get remarried, have a easier to spell and pronounce last name, and then nobody can ever pronounce it anyway. They put extra letters in there or letters that aren't in there at all. But I did decide to keep it when I got divorced because it was my name longer than my maiden name was. And my children have that name. So
Yeah.
And maybe one day I'll get remarried and, I'll have a great name like Schwarzenegger or something.
I can't spell that.
It's still easier than the first one.
So I always, it's lice, tice, rice, mice. Life is very difficult because people can't fathom who has the last name Life.
See, I would assume it's something like LaFay or something,
Yeah.
put a little, one of those little squiggly things above the E and make it all fancy.
Yeah. Well, that's my born name and that's who I am. And I'm totally embracing it now. And that's it. Plain and simple.
And the plan is now to live a rose life.
That's right. With my rose-colored glasses on.
Do you know my purple and pink, my favorite glasses with the purple and pink lenses? One of the grandbabies helped me drop them, and it broke, and I'm trying to glue them together. It has not worked yet, but I think I might just put tape on them. I love those glasses that much.
They are really great glasses.
They are great glasses. Maybe I'll reach out to the ex-boyfriend that got them for me and figure out where he got them. But I love those glasses.
Yeah. Well, you could do that, or maybe on the inside arm, there's a name brand, and you could Google it and see if they're available.
Yeah, I guess I could just Google it.
Maybe Amazon it. They might be there.
Okay.
And then let me know.
Homework.
Yeah. Let me know so I can get them too.
I guess I never thought about something as easy as that. See, good thing you're here.
Problem solved. Life coaching done.
And I actually used to, in one of my other jobs, I was a wholesaler and know that you get the brand name and part number from the inside arm and still didn't think about it.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. I guess we wouldn't have this whole segment about me complaining about my purple and pink rose glasses.
Right. Problem solved.
Problem solved.
You'll find new ones.
Yeah. And then we can post a link and everybody can have glasses like us.
Yeah. They are really great glasses. You got to see them. So just a few days ago, RBG passed away.
The notorious.
Yeah. So
RBG.
she was flippin' amazing. And I believe, know, and trust in my soul that she can pull off one more amazing feat and just hold off for 43 more days.
I hope so. I really do. I have my preference on who our next president is, but even if it's the same guy we have now, I still think we should wait until after the election to make any type of decision.
Yeah.
Just like they wanted us to do in 2016.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully.
And hopefully they find someone that is as impassioned about law and the people of this country as she was.
Right. I feel like she was such a leader for so many reasons and helped with equality and helped shape into law some kind of love and understanding beyond this piece of paper.
Well, I think the fact that she had to work so hard to get where she is, that she appreciated the law. And, you know, when you have to work for something, you care about it, you protect it, you take care of it, you know, and I think that's what she did.
Yeah. So before she rests in peace forever, if she could just pull off whatever spectacular miracle, I'm begging, I'm praying to RBG today. Please, just do this one more thing. I think she can pull it off.
I think so too.
Yeah.
or at least her fans.
Yeah.
The people that follow her, believe in her.
Right.
Get messages to the right people to just, whoa, slow your roll, take your time, find the right person.
Find the right person. And I don't know that there is a person today that has the same values or worked like she did or had to overcome the same sort of things or maybe more. Like, I just don't know if that person is alive today.
I don't know. And I don't know how you find out about, we don't find out about, you know, attorneys and judges and things like that until they become a justice. I wouldn't even begin to know how to look into those people before they're announced that they're in the running for the job. And I don't even think they've announced who, like, for example, Trump mentioned that he has 5 women that he's vetting. And then by this weekend, he's going to announce his nominee. But I don't even believe that they've named those women.
It was on Good Morning America this morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Of who they were. And it was just brief, like what their name and a few facts about them. But it wasn't anything in depth at all.
But I don't even know if it makes a difference for us to, not makes a difference, but we should be educated. But how do we don't vote for who they are. You know, we vote for our leaders, but they're already there. So we just have to trust that they ask the right questions and pick the right person.
Yeah. The country depends on it right now. So,
and one thing I learned about Justice Ginsburg is that she was friends with Justice Scalia, and they had many differing views, but they were such close friends. They did things together for many years and had a close friendship. They still didn't agree on a lot of things, but when it came to, work and friendship, they were able to separate the two. And I like you, although I don't agree with you, and I respect your opinion, although, pardon me, I don't agree with it. And I think we're losing that in government today, in the world today.
In the world, I think that, differing sides can't come together. It's all of these different factions of people. Feels like the Hunger Games. It's factions of people that they're so single-minded in their view that they can't look beyond and come together. It's just that.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of a sad state of affairs.
It is.
So teach your kids, get along with people, or learn to agree to disagree.
Peace and love, dude. Peace and love.
I don't think we can always have peace and love, although I would like it, but at least just not war and hate all the time.
Yeah, for sure. So thanks, RBG, for everything you did. Just one more, my friend, one more.
So what else are we going to talk about today?
Well, I have some crazy talk.
That's the whole point, is crazy talk.
It is the whole point.
So what is today's crazy talk?
Bigfoot.
That might be crazy.
It might be crazy. But Bigfoot could be real.
I think so.
I think so, too. I've never seen one.
I have never seen one. Never heard one.
Mm-mm.
Never smelled one.
Never smelled one. That you know of.
From what I've heard that they are quite stinky. So, but I don't know that there's a lot of reports, in our area of Bigfoot sightings. And I don't typically go into the woods in the areas where they do have them just because of the proximity to where we are. So I don't know that we would even have an opportunity. Maybe on our cookie tour, we'll come across, we'll rent a cabin in the woods. I'll put some cookies out for Bigfoot. We'll see if they like them.
Or maybe we'll go to Texas and go visit the Gulf Coast Bigfoot Research Organization and visit Bobby Hamilton, who I want to call Ricky Bobby.
Well, that sounds like a very official place.
It
a research
does.
institute?
Organization,
excuse me.
Yeah, so let me go back to the beginning of how I came upon Ricky Bobby.
How did you discover Mr. Hamilton?
Mr. Hamilton. I can't get Ricky Bobby out of my head now. So Sunday morning, I was getting ready to leave and I was going to go meet with somebody who I didn't really want to meet with. And so I couldn't deal with the news or fires or flood or whatever was on the news, politics, discord, all of that. So I turned on the Travel Channel and I'm like, that's safe. Like,
absolutely. I love the Travel Channel.
I love this Travel Channel too. Like maybe there could be pictures of a new adventure that Barbara and I need to go explore.
Research.
Well, no, I got content instead.
Please continue.
So, this show, as I turned it on, it was like, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes into it already. And this man, Bobby Hamilton, Ricky Bobby, says, and I am going to play some audio for you, totally unapproved. I did not get any permission from the Travel Channel or the Gulf Coast Bigfoot Research Organization to use this. So feel free to contact me, not Barbara. She didn't do this. But I'd love to have a chat with either. So that's cool too.
Yeah. So what did you hear?
Let me play it for you. It is awesome.
Their website and screaming out in the Toledo Bend area. And I know you've got some other stuff that you've been looking at close to there.
Well, that's right. It's right in this area right here.
We will knock this animal down. This is what we do. And we will take this animal out of here. If it's a nuisance animal and you're fearing for your safety and you're scared for the safety of your children, you're scared to stay in your home, then you need to call us. We will come out here and take care of this for you.
Okay.
Sounds easy enough.
It's what he does. So I found that this is season 15, episode 3 of this Bigfoot show. Bigfoot is real.
And how many of these nuisance Bigfoot have they taken care of?
Well, none.
Okay. Clearly they don't get paid by the pound.
Right. So I was 100% impressed and blown away by the confidence of this man in his voice and his stance. It's what we do. Like, for sure, there is no question. If I ever had a Bigfoot problem, I'm calling that dude. For sure.
Well, just in case it happens, maybe you should keep the number handy.
So I went on about my business and only kind of half watching it. And then I hear the second clip.
This has the firepower needed when something that could be 8 to 10 foot tall and could weigh up to 1,000 pounds like a huge grizzly bear is extremely irritated with your actions and is coming directly at you. a lot of people, they hear people talk about these animals being the forest friends and cute and cuddly. Well, some of them might be that way, but there's also some out there that if you get near them, they're going to hurt you. And helping the public is one thing I really want to do.
DNA alone is not going to do it. I mean, they're just going to classify it as something, but what did it come from? You've got to have a body. Science has always had to have a body.
Jim's catching up on Miss Shirley's latest run-ins with the monsters.
I was repotting my plants. And all of us smelled a horrible stench. I mean, it was bad. And I thought, what in the world is that? You know? Well, I looked around, and there he was. He was on the other side of this pond. He was coming out of them woods right there.
Okay.
He turned back around, and he went more toward the center of the pond. And here come another one from this side.
Okay.
And it looked like a female.
What made you think it was a female?
It had breasts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And they went that way, straight through the middle. It was a Bigfoot. You could,
No doubt in your mind.
No doubt in my mind.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. If he comes in tonight, or any of them comes in, he'll start tonight. I'll start taking care of the situation for you. Will that work? Does that make y'all happy?
Yes, sir.
And if we got to stack them, 1, 2, 3, it doesn't matter. We'll bag them and tag them.
I just want my grandkids to be safe and for us to be safe.
I understand.
Bag 'em and tag 'em. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that is confidence.
That is confidence. And what would the payday be for him if he had 3 Bigfoot bodies?
I think his whole entire family would be set for life. Can you imagine the research value alone of a Bigfoot body?
So I'm not advocating the death of Bigfoot.
No, absolutely not.
But, and I would also like to mention that Miss Shirley is a repeat customer. So she's paid him before to not get a Bigfoot.
But it sounds like maybe he kept him away for a while?
I don't know. Yeah. So I'm not making fun of Mr. Hamilton by any means. That's not what our show is. What I want to bring to light is we can do flippin' anything.
Absolutely. They have a show on Travel Channel where they've caught nothing.
Yes. They have repeat customers. They have not gotten a Bigfoot.
I think we can do this. Not
We can do
Bigfoot,
this.
but we can do
We
what we're
can do
doing.
this.
We can do what we're doing.
We can
What
do
we're
this.
passionate about.
Right. And I think that the passion inside is really where it is. So obviously, this man had an encounter with a Bigfoot when he was young. Or maybe for those of you who don't believe Bigfoot, maybe it was a man in a costume. I don't know. It doesn't matter. In his mind, he believes that he had a Bigfoot encounter. And so this has become his passion.
Makes sense.
Whatever. So there's a lot of very strange jobs that people find their niche in because they go with their gut and their passion. So with a little Googling, Google is so great.
I love the Google machine.
It will tell you anything and a lot of things that you don't want to know. So, of course, I've heard of the professional snugglers, the people that kind of lay in bed and hug you.
That seems like an awesome job in a way and a very creepy job in another way.
For me, it feels unsafe.
Right. I'm kind of thinking like you can pick a snuggler up on the street corner and,
I think that's a different kind of snuggler.
Well, but I'm just saying, if you want someone in your bed, they already have people for that.
Yes.
I'm guessing that these professional snugglers are probably vetted and not on crack.
Possibly. Or, maybe they're functioning crack people. I don't know. Not one to judge, but and I don't know how the professional snugglers are doing during COVID. Would they get that unemployment money?
I don't know, but what if they were in a furry costume and then you could put a mask across you and it'd be like snuggling a teddy bear and you wouldn't even know that there's a mask, and that's kind of like a hazmat suit with fur.
Okay, so it's very funny that you bring up the furries.
I have no personal knowledge. Just something I heard about on the Google.
Okay, so there is a woman, and she is in Austin. I guess amazing things happen in Texas. I don't know. So this woman in Austin recently quit her job as an optician because she is on track to make $1 million this year making videos of herself as a puppy.
Like in a costume like a puppy?
No.
There's not even a costume like
There's
a puppy.
not even a costume.
What does she do to act like a puppy?
She prances around on all fours. She makes private videos. The private videos are $1,200, and I don't know what the private videos are. One of them that I do know of that was in this article was her like dumping over a dog food dish and eating a piece of dog food. So that I know is in there. But I would imagine that she's probably sometimes on a leash or whatever. So the website that she uses, and because I was doing this on the work computer, I didn't delve too far into it. I didn't have my laptop with me, but like on my work computer, I so did not want anyone to say, Rose, what are you doing? So the website is OnlyFans. And again, her page looked a little bit like the new Facebook page on the computer. So she has 52.2 thousand likes, I guess, for her profile.
Okay.
And only 56 posts.
Holy smokes.
Right. The posts were like one line about, hey, I got a new collar today, or something very simple like that. And I didn't see any pictures, and I don't know if you have to be like logged in to see them, and I wasn't going to make an account.
Oh my goodness, no.
So it's, if you wanted to subscribe, and I don't know what you get when you subscribe to her, it's $20 a month. And again, $1,200 for custom videos.
Jiminy Christmas.
Right. So I felt like I am really missing the boat here. Like how, like this is not my heart's calling, but if I needed fast cash, what could I do? So I thought about the furries. And
well, that took a turn.
I did. I'm like, I could go to Walmart and buy one of those zip up, feety pajamas, and they sell those big stuffed heads. And I actually have like a Rugrats Chucky head in my house.
You do? I've seen it.
Those big foam heads. And like a lot of guys like chunky girls. So maybe I could be the chunky furry, and I don't know.
You're giving me all kinds of ideas, because you probably know how many different costumes I have, full body costumes at home, that several of them from the 100 Acre Wood, as well as a Care Bear.
Yes.
Purely for Halloween and grandchildren enjoyment. But you're giving me ideas.
Yeah.
And how many people would pay to watch me eat a cookie?
How many people would watch you? How many people could send you cookies?
And I don't know. In factory wrapped packaging, please, because I don't want to, roofie myself on video. You have to pay extra for that.
That's the $1,200 level.
Well, I'm intrigued.
Yeah. So maybe later tonight on my laptop, I might look into this site. It's kind of weird, but there's something for everybody out there, whatever. So upon more research on these weird jobs, and the professional snuggler, so there's a hotel that employs for $100,000 a year bed warmers, and these are people who lay in your bed for you to warm it up before you go to sleep.
I wonder if they line someone up that is a similar body size or like height. Because what if you're like a 6'4" guy and they put a 5'4" woman in there? Then your feet are going to be cold.
Maybe they're all giants. Takes care of it all.
But that's just weird.
It is weird. I kind of don't want another human being. Like, For hotel sheets, like I'm already kind of weirded out that many people have slept on these.
Right. I have inspected hotel beds for you on our trips before.
Yeah, so I don't know about this other human being that I can see with my eyes in the bed I'm about to lay down in, probably naked.
And so for $100,000, that is a great salary for what seems like simple work. But I'm kind of a history buff, and I know that they've had devices for hundreds of years for the purpose of warming your bed. Mm-hmm. You know, they had the things you put in the fire, or you put coals in like a little Jiffy Pop looking thing and you put it in the bed. Or, you know, in later years, they came up with these newfangled devices called heating blankets. Or electric blankets. Like, for $100,000, could you not have purchased some electric blankets or heating, like full bed-size heating pads? It just seems like an exorbitant amount of money to pay someone to do something inefficiently.
Right. And I'm sure, like, this is probably a service that needs to be requested as well. So who is the guy checking in, or girl, that says, I would like this person to warm my bed, please?
Well, and that makes me think, you know, when you get out of the bed, like in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, you have to hurry back before your bed gets cold. So that person you have to be there, like ready to hop in bed when they leave or within a minute or two. So what kind of weird interaction is that? Please climb in bed. You know, that's a whole different kind of turn down service.
It is. It is. But this is a strange job that somebody has.
I wonder, you know, there's traveling nurses. Maybe we could be traveling bed warmers that will take care of our hotel stays on our trips. We could do this.
We could do this.
And then we will warm the beds in furry costumes while filming it. We'll be billionaires.
Right. Why didn't I think of that?
I don't know. This is what you have me for.
Yes.
Big thinker here.
Big thinker. So then there's stand-ins. You could be a professional mourner that does funeral gigs all the time. A professional bridesmaid.
Are those for people who don't have friends, or like a friend gets sick and they need someone to, you know, they've got the same amount of guys, so they need another girl?
There was no detail, and I don't know, like, maybe I'll have to Google how you become a professional mourner. Or a professional bridesmaid. But I guess the bridesmaid job, that's more, there's more people who do the bridesmaids than the mourner. Maybe you need an extra guy as a pallbearer to, like, help carry. Maybe that's a thing. Or maybe it's people without family. I don't know.
But if they don't have family, what do you need anybody there to fake mourn?
I don't know.
Who's going to see them?
I think a lot of people like to put up appearances, so... You have somebody very dramatic. Oh my God. I don't know.
You could do the fainting. Throwing yourself on the coffin and wailing.
Yeah.
We're going to have to find out more about these things.
Yes.
I feel like we're already working way too hard now.
I know. Lipstick reader. So this is like, instead of palmistry, you put lipstick on and you kiss a... Kleenex or tissue, and a lip reader reads it like your palm lines. I don't know who thought that one up.
I can see where that would make sense. Although I feel like the lines on your lips change more than on your hands.
Yeah.
You know, as you get older and whatnot. Because believe me, I can see the lines forming, and I know when my very first lip wrinkle showed up.
Of course, we've all seen the human statues and the human mannequins that freak me out in the mall.
I think they're really neat. I understand why they would freak you out, but I really like when you see the videos and, like, there's a kid standing in front of the statue and they do something like touch them or blow their hair or whatever, and the kids are like, what? I think those are hilarious videos.
Yes. So that pays really well.
But that takes skill.
That does take skill.
Like, I feel like warming a bed, maybe not so much. If you're a professional bed warmer, please do not send me hate mail because of my ignorance. Just enlighten me. But, like, there's real skill that's involved with those statues and, you know, money for their costumes and whatnot. So
yeah.
but definitely passionate kind of folks, I would say.
For sure. And the other one that gets paid really well, and I think that this is up my alley, is the death doula. So I think that this could be a passion thing of mine, because I'm not rocked by death as much as the general person. And I'm actually quite intrigued by it. What I wouldn't want, though, is to deal with the family afterwards. So the death process is totally cool, but the family with arguing later, and not all families do, but I know that it's a stressful time and unwanted emotions are expressed sometimes. So that part I would not be so keen on.
And with a death doula, is that something where it's a lengthy process, like for someone with hospice, or literally you're just there for the last hours?
I think it could be both. Yeah. I think it depends on, what the family wants.
Okay.
And again, there's a lot of discord sometimes between what the family wants, and perhaps the person who is going through this process can't say what they want. So the family puts in their 2 cents and their 2 cents and their 2 cents, and it doesn't always match.
So you have to weed through all the cents to...
Yes.
Well, that's interesting. That does sound like it's something up your alley.
Yeah.
Just, you're already a life coach. Now you could be a death coach. Or from life to death coach.
Maybe that's where Daisy Dead comes from.
There you go. Whoa! Bringing it full circle.
What?
You're welcome.
So there you go. Bigfoot is real. This guy is absolutely confident and passionate about finding Bigfoot. The Travel Channel is making another show with him called Killing Bigfoot. Again, I don't advocate killing Bigfoot. And there were some other guys on this same episode that also do not agree that Bigfoot should be killed. So thanks to them too. And yeah, what would happen if you could just follow your passion? That would be so awesome.
That would be awesome. Following your passion and getting paid to do it is already awesome, but being paid well, and heck, getting your own TV show, not that that's on my to-do list, but yeah, how awesome is that? Just doing what you do and making money and being well known for it.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a plan.
We have a plan. So
this is our passion, and we're doing it, and
we're doing it.
Let the cash roll in. That's what we're doing this for.
No, we are doing this just because it felt like the right thing to do. And whatever happens, happens. And we fine tune a little more each and every time we do it. And whatever way feels good.
It feels good.
Let's
keep going.
Let's keep going. So what's driving you crazy?
So he, Mr. Hamilton, refers to Bigfoot as a nuisance animal. I have been driven crazy this week by a couple of nuisance critters of my own. So I do not like to kill bugs and spiders and such unless it's a mosquito. I'm sorry, those just have an instant death warrant. But other than that, spiders, crickets, things like that, moths, if they come in the house, I do my best to get them out. And, oftentimes it'll take me 3 hours, or not continuous trying, but, over an evening to try to get a fly out of the house or whatever. I also don't have great hand-eye coordination, so I'm not actually going to kill the thing, even if I could. But the other night, there was a cricket in my house. And so I was bringing down some laundry. I was going to chuck it down the basement stairs, and I round the corner, and there's a cricket on the floor in my kitchen, and he hops and just scares the ever-living bejesus out of me, just because I didn't expect him to be there, let alone hop in front of me. So then I don't see him again. First of all, I don't know how he got in the house, but then I didn't see him again for at least a day. And then I was sitting on my couch in the evening, and here he comes in the living room. And I'm like, okay, we're going to get out of the house. So I get a piece of paper because I'm just going to scoop him up like I do spiders. I have never tried to catch a cricket before, and they lose their flippin' minds. He flipped on his back, up and down, back and forth, and all I could do was back up because I didn't want him, I was bent over. I didn't want him like in my face, in my hair.
In your mouth?
I had my mouth closed. That was one of the first things I did. But so I back up and I wait for him to calm himself. And then I get a larger piece of paper. I've got some, drawing paper that the kids have. And again, I'm trying to scoop him up and still just losing his crap. And my living room, my granddaughter had just left. So I had toys all over the place and he's trying to hide under toys. And I'm like, nope, we're going to go outside. So I decide I'm going to shoo him towards the front door. And I get my Swiffer, which is nice and flat to the ground. I figure I can just, kind of shoo him along like a cow pusher on a train.
And all this time you are talking to it, I imagine, knowing you.
Oh, absolutely. I'm trying to negotiate with this. I'm trying to negotiate with this cricket. It starts with the, when he's jumping around, I'm like, look, dude, I'm just trying to help you, calm your shit. So then I get the Swiffer. At this point, it's still just, pretty simple kind of stuff. So I get the Swiffer. Well, I'm just trying to push towards him to lead him one way or another. And he jumps over it on the other side. I'm like, okay, this isn't working. And at this point, we are easily 10 minutes into this process. I'm trying to tell him I'm just getting him outside. Look, we've got 10 feet to go. That's it. Your friends are outside. You can find your family. And as I'm doing this, at some point I stop and realize I'm having a conversation with the cricket. So then I get angry with the cricket because he is just not making it easy. I'm like, I'm trying to save your life, you fool. So again, I take my little Swiffer and now I get mad at him and I put it on the floor, not on him, and I push him about 6 feet towards the door. Well, now I realize I have one hand holding him. I've got to get the door open, but I have to keep my eye on the cricket and not let him get under anything. And I have a pink castle in my living room for the princesses. And it's in front of the door. So I need to move it. Well, I kind of push it with my foot. Well, one of the pegs one of the tent poles goes in my shoe. So now I'm dragging a pink castle tent behind me with my left foot. I've got a Swiffer trying to push the cricket, and I'm trying to open the door with my right hand while keeping all this together. So eventually I open the door and I'm like, oh, success. I fling the castle, I get it off my foot, but he still won't go out the door. Again, we're negotiating. It is to the point where I am now yelling at this cricket. It's dark. It's, in the late at night, I'm yelling at this cricket with my front door open.
It's cold out there. He doesn't want to go.
But all he does is he's walking along the threshold. And so finally, I just kind of forcefully flip him with my Swiffer and he goes outside. I close and lock the door. I locked the door so a cricket could not, right, in case he jumps, 3.5 feet up to the handle to get back in. So I lock the door and then I turn on the porch light to make sure he does indeed get outside because there was just some flailing and flinging trying to make sure he got outside. And then I'm trash talking the cricket on my front porch. And I'm like, see, that's all I was trying to do. But no, you wouldn't listen. And then I stood there for a minute, looked around, and thank goodness none of my neighbors were outside. But I realized I had an entire conversation with a cricket and couldn't understand why he wouldn't do what I wanted him to do. I wish we had a camera inside my house for that day because I'm sure that had to be gold. Because even I thought it was hilarious when I was done with it. But in the situation, it made total sense. Then this one was not nearly as funny, but this morning I have bathroom spiders and I don't kill them. I take showers with spiders very often and I try to, get them out of the water or whatever. So this morning there's one coming down from the ceiling and he's directly above the sink. Well, I need to do my hair, brush my teeth. There's no way I can leave this spider just dangling above my head. So I'm trying to blow on him to get him back up, things like that. And, again, we're having a conversation with the spider. You need to go back up, my little friend. And then out of the corner of my eye, while I'm watching him, I see like a gnat or something in the sink and I squish it. Then I realize that's probably why he was there in the first place, is trying to get this bug. And I just killed his food. So then I apologized to the spider for killing his food. At that point, I realized there is something completely wrong with me, that I am talking to critters inside my house on a regular basis.
I think that's awesome. And perhaps squished food like took away a whole chore. Maybe you made his day, that he didn't have to go through the work of killing it. Maybe he went in the sink later and like, wow, thanks, lady.
Well, okay, I didn't think about that. I squished him in a piece of toilet paper and threw him in the toilet. Okay, next time.
Okay, he's starving now.
Ah! Now I have to go home and I'll let a fly in tonight. But these bugs are driving me crazy. Why don't they know I'm trying to help them?
I don't know.
Like, have they not watched enough Disney programs to know that princesses like myself talk to wildlife and forest creatures, and you're supposed to just try to help you?
Yeah, no.
Driving me nuts.
I get it.
Making me crazy.
Yeah, I do not kill bugs either. Mosquitoes I'll even let go. The bug that drives me, well, there's two. The June bugs with the hard bodies that you hear, like, that noise. Oh,
I like June bugs.
And you can't, it's really hard to kill them. And I just flip out. Like it's,
But they don't do anything. Why would you want to kill a June bug?
It's the noise and their hard bodies hitting me. Like they fly into me often. And so I can't deal.
You know what they're trying to teach you? Remember those people that were running into you at the grocery store? I told you body check them.
Damn it.
See, the June bugs are just trying to show you what to do. Here's how we do it, lady.
Yeah. The other ones are the cicadas. And I didn't know, even living in Iowa, I never saw a cicada until I was here. And I took my son to Wyandotte Lake. It's a water park here in Columbus. And it was when the cicadas were coming up after 17 years or whatever. And it was crazy pants. Like it was swarming so much. Like there's no way you could keep your mouth open. They were all over the top of the water and every
gross
pool of water. Like we thought that it was going to be okay to go there. And that apparently is a hot spot. So,
oh boy.
Yeah, it's now Zambezi Bay. So don't go there when the cicadas hatch. Not cool.
I don't like the noise they make. It is a very creepy kind of noise, but I think they're actually pretty cool. I mean, not when they're swarming, of course. They are another bug, though. If you see one on the ground, they kind of like play dead. I don't know if that's what they're actually doing, but I went to show my granddaughter one time and I was like, look. And so we touched it and it moved and like it did that jumpy business. And yeah, we don't do that anymore. But then I think it's neat to find their like exoskeleton that they shed, that husk thing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I do like the noise of locusts and stuff. And that's just part of growing up out in the country. That was like the night music. that's night time. And it's really comforting to me. And that's one of the things that I missed living in the city. It just makes me tired and want to go to sleep because it's night time.
I can see that, especially since you came from the country. But yeah, just the noise to me is annoying, but the bugs themselves don't bother me. And I really actually like June bugs. My mom often tells stories. I was a kind of a tomboy chick, and I would catch them and bring them to her, and she would freak out. But yeah, so June bugs don't bother me, except for when I find them in my hair. Then just that freaks me out. But other than that, I like June bugs.
Okay. So the next time they are haunting my home, I'm calling you.
I will say
and you can come and get them.
But you know what? Now that I think about it, stink bugs haven't been bad this year.
They haven't.
I wonder why. I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah. So a couple years ago when they were really bad, they would come in my room often. And Moxie, my dog, she flips out and I don't even sometimes know that they're in the room, but of course she can smell them and she acts like she's dying. She starts shivering like there is some monster under the bed. And so then I know, there's a stink bug in here somewhere. And usually when I turn on the light and close the door, then it goes to the light so then I find it. But yeah, my dog. My dog is such a pansy. She's not going to save me from anything ever.
No. Wayward, food crumb maybe, but
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, bugs are driving me crazy this week.
Yeah. So what's the bright side of things this week? Follow your passion.
Follow your passion. Good idea. We're doing it. Everyone else should do it. Not our passion, your passion.
Yeah, and if podcast is your passion, then freaking do it.
You could be a guest on our podcast. We could be a guest on yours.
For sure. I really do want guests.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. So we'll hatch a plan.
I think we'll probably have to start with, someone on the phone to begin with until all this COVID business is over, but.
Yeah. So until we get that all figured out, I just want to let you know that spreading the word about our passion would really mean a lot to us. So give people the social media link and like us on Facebook, Bright Side of Crazy.
And if you have ideas about what you want to talk to us or what you want us to talk about, let us know.
If you want to talk to us, let us know.
We have emails too, don't we?
We do.
And what are those email addresses?
hello@brightsideofcrazy.com or rose@brightsideofcrazy.com or
Barbara. At brightsideofcrazy.com.
And whatever platform you are listening from, if you could give us 5 stars. I think most of them are 5 stars. And that helps our ratings go up so more people can find us.
The more the merrier.
The more the merrier. Help a sister out, please.
Join the crazy train. Choo, choo. I have a feeling that's going to come out way different than I meant it in my head, as always.
Should we do... We do need a theme. So do we get hey, Zach Wilde, can we use Crazy Train?
I think we'd have to ask Sharon. Yeah, I'm not asking Zach anything. I don't care how big he is. Sharon is crazy. Is speaking of Crazy Train, I think Sharon is scarier. So,
possibly.
Sharon, can we use Crazy Train? But we did discuss the theme song before, and we do need to come up with some music.
We do. We need a theme. We need some music. So
Bright side of crazy!
So we're all for your ideas and your talents and your love. So click, click, click and make it happen. And we love you.
Heart emoji.
Heart emoji. I will catch you next week. Bye.
Bye.